China and Philippines in settled territory. The South China Sea dispute. In the vast expanse of the South China Sea, where shimmering waters stretch between sovereign nations, lies a complex web of territorial claims that have sparked one of the most contentious maritime disputes in modern history. At the heart of this dispute are the Spratly and Paracel Islands, tiny yet strategically significant outcrops scattered across the sea. These islands have been claimed by multiple nations for decades, each asserting historical ties and economic interests. The Philippines, situated closest to the Spratlys, bases its claim on geographical proximity and historical usage dating back to the 1950s, when Filipino explorer Tomas Coloma declared several islands as freedom land. His bold move, however, was not without controversy, as it ruffled feathers in China and sparked diplomatic tensions. China, on the other hand, asserts its rights based on historical maps dating back to the Ming Dynasty, claiming the islands are integral parts of its territory. This claim extends to the controversial Nine-Dash Line, a demarcation that encompasses most of the South China Sea. Taiwan echoes these claims, maintaining control over Taiping Island since 1946, complicating matters further. Vietnam, tracing its ownership back to the 17th century, relies on historical documents to bolster its claim over both the Paracels and the Spratlys. Meanwhile, Malaysia and Brunei have also staked their claims, citing proximity and historical rights over certain islands and reefs. Amidst these competing claims, tensions escalated in the late 20th century when nations began occupying and fortifying islands. The Philippines dispatched troops to several islands in the 1960s under President Ferdinand Marcos, while Vietnam and Malaysia followed suit in subsequent years. The region, once a tranquil expanse of fishing grounds and shipping lanes, became a geopolitical flashpoint. In 2013, the Philippines took a decisive step by invoking international law, filing a case against China under the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS, despite China's refusal to participate. An arbitral tribunal was convened in The Hague. In 2016, the tribunal ruled overwhelmingly in favor of the Philippines, declaring that China's historic rights claims within the Nine-Dash Line were invalid under UNCLOS. China promptly rejected the ruling, dismissing it as null and void, a stance shared by Taiwan. This defiance sparked international debate, with various countries voicing support, concern, or neutrality regarding the tribunal's decision. Today, the South China Sea remains a simmering cauldron of geopolitical rivalry, resource competition, and unresolved legal disputes. Efforts to ease tensions through diplomacy and multilateral agreements continue, but the complexities of historical claims and strategic interests defy easy resolution. As nations navigate these unsettled waters, the future of the South China Sea remains uncertain, its fate intertwined with the geopolitics of East Asia and the broader implications for international maritime law and order. Addressing overlapping sovereignty claims requires all parties to engage in constructive dialogue. A starting point could involve confidence-building measures, such as joint resource development projects or fisheries agreements, while setting aside discussions on sovereignty for later stages. Emphasizing the importance of upholding UNCLOS is crucial. Encouraging all parties to abide by the tribunal's ruling, despite objections, can promote stability and predictability in maritime activities